What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Line show where we're doing our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world. Where, as we're seeing this morning, there is no bigger opportunity than crypto in the next 12 to 18 months, and we're freaking here for it. Corey, what are your thoughts, man?
Good morning, Hexakins. Happy Pump Thursday. This is absolutely exciting this morning. Guys, I was kind of hoping for a pullback. I don't know about you. I guess maybe I'm just greedy, right? Like I want to buy more on dips. Like I'm waiting yesterday and we see that little resistance get hit. Like it was like early evening here in Arizona. And I'm like, oh, okay, here it is. We're going to get a pullback and we're going to go back and touch the sack rate. This is great. I'm ready. And then late last night, freaking the OA starts moving money around again on chain. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Off to the races again. Sure enough, it was late. I'm like, well, I'm just going to go to bed. I wake up, and sure enough, nothing but green candles. And I'm like, all right, I'm here for it. I love it. It's awesome. I am glad we've been here throughout this bear market. You know, delivering content with you guys, bringing the good word of the Pulse Chain, Hex, and Richard Heart ecosystem, the stuff that we really believe in that will create wealth creation. And then down the road, maybe we could take some of that money and use some wealth preservation in real estate. But man, there's no more exciting times than we're at right now. I have never seen opportunity glaring me in the face like it has been. And man, it's all coming to fruition now, and it's just so effing cool. And I see Brizology here in the chat. Dane, is this where we got to call it quits? I don't know. And Brizology is an ink token maxi. Did you know that? He's like, and that guy's winning the freaking race this morning. The ink token won't stop. And it's because it's got the cool logo. That's what Briz says. Briz says because the logo is cool. Okay? And it is kind of cool. Like I would sport
the neon logo. I think the logo's cool.
Got the neon colors. It's bright. It's like it just pops, man. And I like that.
There he is.
We got the ink token maxi in the room. Let's go.
I love the colors of the logo.
Man, it is sharp, bro. Okay, can you tell me why the ink token is leading the charge?
Because it's the most based. I don't know. No, honestly, I don't know. I honestly assume my opinion is that the only people who are really getting it are the farmers. Because I don't see that many people actually going out and buying it just yet. So I feel like it probably has like the least amount of like holders. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's just like everyone's kind of selling it, and then now the OA is like, or someone, you know, is buying it all up, and it's just running probably the hardest. I think
just because it's like,
bro, that's RH's meme coin at this point, man. It's freaking mooning. I mean, like you want to buy it now, and it's like, wow, am I buying the local ink top? I don't know. It's like I'm glad I kept a very small farm, not in big, but I was like, I kept a farm open since the inception of Pulse Chain, where it would drip one ink token into my wallet every single day. And I'm like, I was like, this was my throwaway farm. I'm just going to throw it away. It's going to drop that in my wallet. I'm not going to sell it. That's my moon bag, right? Because I wasn't really farming yet. I wanted to have a moon bag built. And that's what I did. And so I have a little bit, nothing crazy. I have way larger, like it's not even comparison to my positions in the other assets. Wish I would have bought a little bit more, obviously, when we were down at the bottoms. But how do you know, man? It's wild. I just, it's so much fun.
Yeah, no, it's been a wild ride. You know, it definitely tested my my confidence for a while. I'm like,
I bet.
Because you know, I was like, because I was farming it, and that's how I've acquired almost all of my ink is through farming, and I'm like, I was just hoarding it and collecting it and just watching my overall value of it just shrink and shrink and shrink. I'm
There's
like,
the downfall part, right? When
I
it
got
goes
like
down, you're like,
I have like 10 times as many coins, but I'm like, but it's only worth like 20% as it was when I had like 10 times fewer coins. And so I'm like, man, I should have been selling this every like half an hour, on the way down and right into stable coins, and then bought it at 48 cents. But I didn't. I just kind of held on to it, but now it's paying off. Everything's kind of jumping back up, and it's been doing really well. And
Yep.
everything else is too. So I'm like super happy. I'm super happy for everyone, and freaking loving it.
yeah,
Oh
us
man.
too, man.
It
Us
feels
too.
good, man. I played part of my plan worked out beautifully. I wanted to get so I went 6 figures into the Pulsex ink farm from the beginning, and same with the Pulse. There's a total of 6 figures between the two pools, and then ink just went on a rocket ship, and I pretty well sold the top. I got out of those positions right at the top, but then I swapped it all for Pulse and Pulse X, and we know what happened thereafter. I'm like, dang it, my plan was solid. If I just would have sold it in the stables, it would have worked out perfectly. But you live and you learn.
Yeah, I was suffering some impermanent loss onto my ink as the price started going back up. So I was like, you know what, man? I spent a long time collecting all these bastards. I'm not going to just
I
give them
know.
back to the market because the price is going up.
Right.
So I ended up yanking my a couple farms, and so now I just kind of got a forever farm where I'm like, you know what,
That's what
it
I
doesn't
got.
it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter if the price goes up or down. You know, these are the pulse coins that I'm willing to lose to impermanent loss, and
exactly. It's
and
my throwaway liquidity position. It's like how I consider it in my head. Like, and I have some of those on the PHUX protocol too, where like they're just my throwaways to keep earning PHUX forever and keep earning ink forever, whatever, right? Like I have that drip coming in no matter what. And it's a very, very, very small portion of my portfolio in comparison. So it's like, why not, right? Why not have that for moon bags for times like this? I mean, what if ink does go and hit the all-time high again? Like, then my little 1 ink a day I was making this whole time, that's pretty cool. That's
yeah,
pretty cool, right? That was
oh
$80
yeah,
a day. I was making there up a throwaway farm. Up a throwaway farm, I was making $80 a day. Like if it goes back and touches the all-time high, that's that's only in
The
crypto.
40x from here, or it was yesterday. Now it's less, but yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's so cool, man. It's just
I woke up
exciting
this
times.
morning to a big green chart. I'm like, oh, feels good.
I know, man.
Best
I
way to
went
wake
so
up.
I'll tell you what I did. So I woke up, and although I felt a little disappointed because I'm greedy, I was like, let me go shopping around. Like, I'm gonna go shopping around and see if there's anything undervalued that looks like it's undervalued versus the other RH assets. Well, I looked at EHEX and I was like, and obviously you guys know EHEX is not my favorite. It's just not, and you guys know that. I've been very transparent with that. I do have an EHEX bag that's staked, whatever, but like I'm looking at the chart and it's printing this massive effing bull flag on the dollar chart. Let's say you compare EHEX to the dollar. It's just printing this massive bull flag and it hasn't moved. It's sitting there in the bull flag getting tighter and tighter. And it looks like it's about to pop and just run effing hard. I mean, like, and I could be wrong, guys. It's not financial advice. This is nothing. I am a freaking, like, I could be totally wrong about this and the whole thing could crash. But I went, man, and this is me. Once again, you don't do this, okay? But I went and put a, big position of pulse into liquid loans, and I took out some USDL. I went bought EX. I'm like, if I'm right about this trade, man, it's gonna be like the GOAT move of the century. If I'm wrong about it, whatever. I'm still great, right? Like I'm not like I can afford to lose that if I lost it, but I don't see EHEX going plummeting down to freaking all-time lows or anything either. But man, it's just doing some amazing things. And if Axis would like to come on and talk about it a little bit, I would love that. I know Axis, he loves EHEX.
Looks like someone hates their EHEX bags this morning.
Where they've been selling it down.
Yeah, it looks like just from the charts and correlating it to the other stuff, it just looks like someone is kind of like getting rid of their EHEX bags right now.
And
how's it going, Freedom Crypto?
Put it on the 4-hour, Dane, for me.
I'll look at it. Yeah, you see it coiling up here.
Yeah,
look at that battle. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, up.
It's wild.
That's a battle right there,
dude. I mean, Axis, you can just comment in the chat. Do you think that's gonna pop? No financial advice, just like your opinion. You think that's gonna pop eventually and then overperform the other assets, or I don't know. What do you think? We'll love to know.
I think he's in the EHEX camp. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
He's definitely EHEX camp. I just want to know his unbiased TA opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
Unbiased TA opinion. I don't care how much you love the asset or not.
Yeah. So Freedom Crypto, you got an opinion on this one?
Heck die. All right. It's my baby.
This is EHEX, by the way.
Yeah, I have a stake up to 10 years. So,
sure.
Up to 10 years. So this is going to be stick here for a very long time. My first stake was done 365 days. That's what my very first stake and second stake going to be coming on 4 years and a half, then 5 years and a half, then 6 years and a half, 7. After that, going to be 10 years. So I have like 10 different stakes from before the big payday.
Oh, nice. Wow. Well, I mean, then PHEX is your baby too, because you got the fork, you got both of them. They're both making you money in the background. And so, man, that's awesome. Yeah, we weren't here before big payday. Me and Dane, well, Dane was a little bit earlier than I was. I came in right before the Pulse X sacrifice. So came in at that time. That was an interesting time. I wish I'd have came in after the Pulse X sacrifice.
I wish I'd have missed it all.
Why did you guys tell me about this crap so soon?
Right. There's such thing as being too early sometimes.
Yes.
He has 15 minutes. God, get him out, man. Get him out. Sell. Just because the buyers are eating it up. Like they keep eating it up. Like there's buyers on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, and this is a good question. In fact, Corey and I were talking about this before we jumped on the show. So let me show. I haven't been back to PulseX since the first month of Pulse launch. Let me go ahead and grab this.
It's like coming back home, Dane. You're just going back home.
So I'm on V1 of PulseX, where all of the rewards are coming out in incentive token. There isn't you're not getting fees in the coins that you're putting up in LP. And if you wanted to, once again, we don't give any financial advice. The way that I would think through these pools is, once again, all of them produce the incentive token. You're going to experience some impermanent loss here. You just are on these V2 pools. And so, if you want to hedge it, you're trying to say which of these tokens move together and produce ink. Well, all of these produce ink. So the PulseX Pulse pool, do you think those tokens are going to move together? Do you think the ink Pulse pool is going to move together? I mean, more recently, if I'm not mistaken, I think ink and PulseX have moved the most closely together of all the options here. And so, that's the way that I would be thinking of it. Maybe if you wanted a throwaway farm, kind of like Briz and Corey were talking about earlier, maybe put a little bit in the ink Pulse pool, ink PulseX,
Yeah, it's funny. That's where mine's at, is the ink PulseX.
Yeah, the APR is so low on PulseX and Pulse.
It's
I don't.
Yeah, it's the same APR if I'm short staking Hex. It's like it's not sexy enough for me.
Right.
Or if I'm node validating.
For second in pool was the API is pretty good if you compare to PNS and PNLH pool. I got put pretty much all my PNS in 3 different pool, which die, and then PNS egg with in, and then the main pool, of course, PNS and PNLX.
Okay.
Yep.
I like it. So yeah, I mean that's how I would be thinking about it. Yeah, go ahead, Briz.
So I was just gonna say those APRs are looking really sweet on the stable pairs.
Yeah, but you do got to be a little careful.
Yeah.
Fast Abdul is correct here. You can experience some permanent loss on the stable coin pairs if it's a stable coin in the volatile asset, aka Pulse or Pulse X. It starts ripping up, which it's been doing. What happens is at the end of the movie, you're left with more stable coin in your wallet. I don't want to be
now. Is not the time for stables.
Yeah, me personally, I don't want any stable coin exposure around, this time of the movie. There will be a point in time in the marketplace that we will want that. Me and Dane were talking about that before the show, where it kind of does make more sense. But right now, man, I want full risk on, right? And so just keep that in mind when you are providing liquidity to some of these stable coin pools.
Yeah. Fast Abdul is right. Fux still wins on APR, which is true. But gosh, that Fux token isn't running like ink.
No.
But it's not going down either. It's been creeping up.
Fux it will have its time in the sun, right? These things just kind of like shift and take turns. I've learned that now, like just kind of sit back and wait for my turn on my particular third-party token or whatever you got. Because I've done a few sales where I got out and then the thing ran. I was like, damn it, why did I sell it? I went.
I was just about to tell you, no, ink into the ape into the top of ink. Come on, that's the best plit.
I'm not buying your bags, Breeze.
No, don't do that.
What's up, Abdul?
Hey guys, just hanging out under the bridge here. Saw you were talking about LP.
You were in the boardroom yesterday. Now you're a bum under the bridge.
He was professional yesterday because he had to present himself. And today he's just being, anybody.
Yeah, no, this is the real Fast Abdul under the bridge. Yeah,
under the bridge.
Looking for people to mug, pump my bags. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta get money somewhere, bro.
Your outfit on the show yesterday, Fast Abdul, you reminded me of like the Joker. Yeah, like that purplish jacket.
That is my.
And you have this like slight green glow around your hair from your green screen, so it's like it was very Jokerish.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of what I was going for. But you guys are right about these LP positions. Like those percentages, like 128% is awesome, but the risk of impermanent loss on Pulse and USDT. If you believe in what Richard's doing, and I think all of us here are on the same page, then that is not the pool to be in. You're much better in that Pulse X pool or many of the pools on Fux.
Yeah, you're going to get left behind. And some of you guys that are in the chat, if you don't understand how LPing works, I'm going to give you a huge oversimplification. When you put 2 tokens together here in the V2 pools, you don't have what's called concentrated liquidity, so your impermanent loss isn't as severe as like a V3 Uniswap fork. But essentially, if you go into, just like Fast Abdul saying, if you pair a volatile asset with one that's stable, so stable coins to like Pulse or Pulse X, for instance, as pricing adjusts, and we all feel like Pulse and Pulse X are going to continue to pull away from the dollar. If it does that, as that continues to happen, the tokens that you put, if you put $1,000 of Pulse and $1,000 of stables, well, the way that the algorithm or the pools shift is you're going to be selling the more expensive token for the less expensive. So essentially, if Pulse runs away, you'd be selling your Pulse that's getting more valuable down to a stable coin that stays stable, and you're getting left behind. So be wise and careful about that. Go ahead, Briz.
If I could add on to that, basically as the price runs up, you're basically dollar cost averaging out into the stable coins, and as the price tanks, you're actually dollar cost averaging back in.
That's exactly right.
But one of the things that you kind of need to like understand, now I don't know like the exact like numbers, but it's basically like if you were to put in say whatever a PLS against a stable coin, as it runs up, you're gonna have a lot more stable coins, but you're basically gonna have like 20% of what you could have sold your PLS for, if that makes any sense. So if you have like $1,000, when it really runs up, you're gonna have like $200 more in stable coins.
That's right.
I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense, but you're basically selling your bags real cheap for
And
the
that's why I like
ability to
the
earn ink.
PHUX protocol. If you are going to provide some liquidity with some of these, you can offset some of that by having a weighted pool. It helps offset from the 50-50. So which is why, like, literally when I'm on Pulse X and I create a pool, like that's my throw. Like, I'm throwing that away. I'm not going to even like. That's how I'm going to get my ink. It's my ink printer. Like that's my ink money printer. That's it. That's all it is. And I'm not gonna, if whatever it does, I don't care. If it's worth something in the movie, great. If it's not, I'm okay with that too.
Yep. And like Corey said, there's a time and a place. Like for instance, I would play the game different if I was a whale. So if I was a whale and I had money for days and I had huge Pulse X bags, that type of thing, then you could play it different because you have to extract value differently to not crush the value of the thing that you own. So different games for different bag sizes.
Yep.
This is where something like Hex, can win, because you look at the concept of impermanent loss. And when you have basically single-sided staking, you can stake your Hex to get more Hex. It's not, it's not part of an LP where it's going to get cashed out without your permission. So, very often something like LP will win. But when you start to have a stable coin paired with your token like Hex or Pulse that's pumping with the market, you're better off with the single-sided staking. So that said, if you have two things that will go up with the market together, there's
That
a
helps.
way to, to win. And there's some pools like that. We have things that are very similar that are paired together, where they'll both go up and down, but overall they'll go up. And so you can have your yield and experience the gains of that token. But you kind of have to know what you're doing. That's something you should investigate, do a lot of research to get the right answers of which tokens those would be that you'd want to pair like that, right?
Yep.
And if I could answer Beyond All's question about what is the best farm with minimum loss to accumulate ink, honestly, it's the smallest percentage of 10%, but I think the PLS to PLSX farm, as long as you don't mind getting either or of those coins, that one would probably be good to use that one to collect ink without too much impermanent loss, because I think both coins are going to go up fairly well with each other, and I wouldn't be sad of having more or less of either coin.
Well, like you said, you see how much liquidity is bonding these two. You got 55 million, almost 56 million compared to some of these other pools.
It's
where, you've got a lot less in the stable pools, because I think most people understand they don't want to get left behind right now. And then liquidity gets thicker with some of this stuff down here, where I think it's showing the confidence. People are more confident that these things are going to run together within a certain magnitude, and you're going to have less impermanent loss exposure.
It's really crazy is we're looking at the liquidity of these farms right here. I was over on 9inch last night, and I was looking at their liquidity of their farms. Literally, like each farm has like 100K.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I was like, because I provided a little bit of liquidity for their farms over there, in like the first days, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be the locust, right? And so I put it over there, and I just kind of like left it, and I just rechecked it last night for the first time, and I looked at the details. I'm like, 100,000. 100,000, like 106,000, 113,000. I was like, man, these pools are pretty shallow. And now I'm looking at the liquidity on these farms. I'm like 55 million, 28 million. I'm like, geez, oh peas.
Yeah.
Crypto sloth.
What's up? What's up, fellow DJs?
There's the LP master right there.
Yeah.
Vex
how's it
Loth,
going?
do you want to take this question? This is a good one. Here, let me move your face. I'll move me to the bottom so we can see your guys' smiling faces.
How do farms with large amounts of pulse and USDT affect the price of assets? Like pressure during, I guess the first part, farms with large amount of pulse and USDT affect the price of the asset. I mean, those are the ones that are basically setting the actual like USD price. So like the ones that you see like USDT, USDC, Wrapped ETH, DAI, like those are pretty much the ones that are setting the USDC price because those are the things the closest to the dollar. And so they're setting the price, and it's, I guess, in some ways easier for price to move in the against it because those assets aren't moving as volatilely as Pulse is. With the stable coins obviously being in the same dollar value theoretically the whole time, and then ETH itself is like a less volatile asset than Pulse. So it's kind of like it sets the floor or sets the foundation for what price is, and then the ratio of Pulse relative to those assets across all the pools is what sets the actual price. The thicker the liquidity, the less volatile it is because it takes more money to move the price the same percent versus lower liquidity. It takes less money to move the price because you need less money to move the price the same percent.
Yep. That was great.
Great explanation. I could have not explained it like that. Even though I could concept it in my head.
You know it, Corey. You know it. It's
I
in there.
got it. I know it. I just can't explain it like that. Or like, oh shit, that was simple.
I noticed right as like all the assets, all the RH assets started like skyrocketing. I was looking at my farm on Pulse X, and I just noticed like I was suddenly earning a lot more ink coins. I'm like, I didn't increase my position.
Yeah.
So to me, that was an indicator that someone yanked out a bunch of liquidity and made me a bigger size of the pool. Therefore, I collected more coin. So it's like someone yanked a bunch of liquidity, and now the price is.
Yeah, because I noticed on my little ink Pulse X throwaway farm, I checked it this morning, and I'm earning more ink than I was normally. I'm like, before I was learning about little less than an ink a day, because that's not a big one. It's like my throwaway. And now I'm like 1.2, 1.3 ink a day. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think someone big yanked out some liquidity, so the prices will move a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I wonder who that might be.
Who does things like that?
Pulse liquidity is getting thing day by day. Like I'm saw a trick on the Twitter. One of I couldn't remember his name. He tweeted out like on 2 days ago, Pulse liquidity was 1.06 trillion, and then after 24 hours, gone down to 1.2. Now it's like over 990 billion. So yeah, Pulsec is getting it.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I think it was fast and cool. I think he's just getting his bankroll ready to start rolling the bribes out. That's my hypothesis.
Got some plans. You know?
Captain RG3 says it wasn't him. So there's a duck that I know that has some pretty big bags.
Could be that duck. Yeah.
May or may not be that duck. His name is Greg, I've heard.
So I was talking with someone who will not be named, and they had an interesting. They had an interesting point. They felt like I said, man, I'm feeling toppy. I'm feeling too euphoric for my own good. What do you think? And he was here in the Hex early days. He's like, Dane, just hold on to your shorts. He said, I think we got another double, another triple, another 4X. He's like, it can move so fast. You have no idea since you weren't here for the first Hex run. And so he said, just sit on your hands and do nothing, which was my plan anyways. But it's good to have someone tell you that and reaffirm what you're thinking. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We've
was
been
having
beaten
those
down.
same exact thoughts. I'm like, man, I'm feeling pretty euphoric. I'm like,
Yeah,
don't
Briz
no.
is an OG. I would love to hear his thoughts.
I'm like, don't sell. Like, this is like the beginning. Like, come on, you can't freaking.
Yeah. I guess that probably the only people who should be selling is if they went really, really, really heavy in the bottom and then got like around like a 2 to 3x and just like de-risk for the rest of the bull market. Like
Yeah,
I could
or
see
if they
that. I
use
could
a
see
little
that
bit-
making sense.
If they use a little bit of leverage from the outside world to go heavy in the bottom, then
Just
maybe
clear that
it
out.
could make sense to offset some of that risk now.
Pay off your bills. Yeah. Pay off your credit card.
Yeah, boom,
Yep.
bingo. Right.
I'm not
Kind
allowed
of
to pay that
lighten
stuff
up the
off yet.
load, and then
Not
you can
yet,
breathe
sirs.
for the rest.
Yeah. And it's going to make it easier for you to take profits when it's really actually time to take profits.
Right, and that's healthy, man. That's good money management if that's what you did.
Yeah.
Pay back your grandma, okay, guys? Jeez.
You lost all her money in 2020. You got to give it back.
Or
Don't round trip her money again.
where's Big
fellas.
K, man? Big K took care of his grandma. Where's he at? Is he around?
Yeah.
When we,
That's the cool thing about like where we're at right now, where what I'm finally noticing in the greater like in the community, like the psychology of the community, is like the door, the golden gates have again opened, and our imaginations are able to like actually project what might be possible. You know, before you start talking about like 10, 20x on Pulse, everyone's like, yeah, okay, maybe if we're lucky. Now all of a sudden it's like, guys, like, bro, like 100x, like that could be like the beginning, or like that could be like the minimum. Like, yeah, 30, 50x, like, yeah, of course we're going to hit that. Like, that's like our imaginations have opened again. And I think for a lot of crypto, the thing that allows people to hold for longer is the fact that their imagination and their they can believe that prices can go higher, and they can see it in their mind, which we have not had that for the past 2 years. So that's a humongous psychological shift of the community that I'm really, really happy to see.
Oh, we've been beat down, bro. Like, we've been just like, I got used to feeling sick looking at my portfolio. I got used to throwing up in my mouth when I DCA'd. And you just get used to that, like feeling like crap down here. But you stick to your conviction, right? Like, I always stuck to my conviction. It's a business plan, like, right? You map out a business plan, and in your early business days, it sucks ass, dude. It always sucks when you're starting a new business. It's no different. It was no different here for me. I was like, it's the same thing. I have to stick to my conviction, even though it sucks so bad. I got used to it, man. It was like 2 years of just like getting our ass kicked, and then now I'm waking up. I'm like, God, we went up another 30%.
Yeah,
it's
Seriously,
almost
like it
stressful.
feels like we've been in a freaking fight, and you have your UFC buddy hanging out in the corner, and you're like, bro, once you get into the fight, we're gonna F everybody. And you're like, I think he's gonna join though. I hope. Oh, maybe not. You know, maybe we're just gonna get our butts kicked all day. And then he jumps in, starts crushing guys, and you're like, we're winning. It feels so
After
good.
we've been beat up so bad, and we've lost all our teeth, and we got black eyes, our nose is broken, and we're on the floor, and we're about to throw the towel in, and then now he jumps into the ring. You're like, oh
like
my
the
God,
end
bro,
of a-
thank you.
Feels like the end of a Rocky movie.
if you guys lost all your teeth, I can help you out with that. I can use a little extra DCA.
I told you what I wanted, bro. You saw that.
Yeah.
I want one of these
Yeah,
Wow.
right there.
on each tooth. Okay.
I would love to see that, by the way. I think that
I'll
would
do
be
it.
awesome.
I'll do it, man. I got you, man. Don't you worry, man. The phrase
I
that,
might
like,
have the
whenever-
money. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah. I'm sure we can work something out, Corey. I'm sure we can work something out. During like these past like 2 years, especially the last like 6 to 9 months, like when like in my head the thoughts of like, man, maybe I should just keep some of this on the cash just in case, like it's getting rough. Like when those thoughts started to come in, which I think they did for everybody at some point. You know, the thing that the heuristic in my mind was like, man, the feeling that if I missed the train going up would be so much worse than me losing all of my money right now. Like I don't think I could like mentally handle knowing that I was there early. I love it, Briz. Let me upgrade that for you. I don't think I can mentally handle being in the right place a bit early and not having the conviction to like ride it through till the end. And then it goes away for me and I missed it. So I took
100%.
all the pain and I got none of the reward. Like psychologically, I don't think I could handle
That's
that. So I'm like,
worse.
we're going to zero. We're going to zero. We're going to the moon. Like there is no in between at this point.
That's where I got it. Like that's where I was at, man. They're in the last, especially when we were like Pulse was at like 4 zeros and a 3. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm buying, and if this shit goes to 0, like I'm just a moron, and that's fine. I'm all in because I went all in. Like I went all in. I sold real estate.
You're in Puerto Rico, buddy.
I moved to Puerto Rico. I moved my whole family to Puerto Rico, dude. Like I picked this all up. We moved to Puerto Rico. Like, this is what we're gonna do, guys. And then this big old grand plan. And then we're like,
it's freaking out.
my wife, I'm just like, honey, either we're just gonna be like, I know how to make money. We'll be fine. We'll just start over.
That's
and really quick, Sloth. You can finish your idea here, but I want to say what's up, Sprag. Appreciate you jumping in. If you wouldn't mind pulling up some charts, I'd love to look at some hex and some pults.
I want to look at E-hex. Can I get this damn thing to break out of the bull flag? Or like, did I make a mistake on buying? I don't do this, guys, but I'll say it again. What I did, I took a leverage on liquid loans on my pulse, pretty good size, and went bought EX. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I think it's good. That's a good play.
Stability pool is very good return. I put all my, I upload the 10,000 USDC and trying to see how much it's earning. It's quite pretty good earning, and then I just keep loading out. Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
I agree. I've been enjoying liquid loans and the stability pool and everything they're offering over there. I had to learn some things, and I learned how to use it. I learned how redemptions work now. They didn't work the way I thought they worked. Now I understand them a lot better and deeper. I love the protocol, man. I can't wait for the Earn protocol to launch so I can stick all my Pulse X in there and do the same thing.
Yeah, we have to push them to get open the pool for Pulse X.
Yeah.
I think it'll be bigger. Like there's a lot of Pulse X bags. Like people will literally take out a loan rather than selling because they'll experience less impermanent loss. Like there's some big whales. So we might see some mega pools. And then of course, if you know how like the liquidations and the redemptions work, there's opportunities for those who know, right? So something to keep an eye on.
I'll make this last comment because I gotta actually get back to work, guys.
Bro, like we've been telling you, hello. How many more X's do we need, Sloth? What do we need here? You tell me.
Tell you what, you give me 1,000 from here, buddy, and I will quit dental school the day before I graduate.
Listen, West Coast, that's not happening. Well, I mean, I hope it does. But
you asked, man. But yeah, the last thing I'll say on your loan, because I think this is an important point, is that your risk is relative to the USD, not Pulse. Right. So because the thing you're paying back is USDL, all eHex has to do is outperform the dollar for you to be in profit and for it to make sense. If you had taken that leverage out against the price of Pulse, that would be a lot more risky because then you would have to rebuy that Pulse bag. And there's always that chance that Pulse it's not going to run congruently with Pulse, or if it does outperform it, that percentage gain isn't as much. So because your risk is based in the US dollar and everything is moving up generally, like it'll probably work out in your favor because it's been holding its price right now. It's coiling up, building tension, and the probability of it breaking to the upside is higher because the whole ecosystem is going up at the same time.
Bro, this is why we're friends. You know, you just made me feel so calm inside.
I'll tell you what, I'll leave you guys with that. I'll be listening in as I get back to work. It was good.
All right, brother. Go enjoy.
All right.
Yeah. Man, so some of you guys that were here for the early Hex days, I mean, is this does this feel similar? I'm curious, kind of like your thoughts and feelings to where we're at in the market right now.
I mean, I think it could a lot different, right? One in the beginning, less in the beginning of when I'm get into the hack. You cannot find the information that like over 140 or over 150 content creators, different channel, everyone talking about post-chain hack, post-hack, right? We have like very, very strong mindset and professional content creator, all these things. When you are beginning hack 2019, right, 20, it's very hard to find information that what's going on, what is about the project, what is the benefit. Is no one really can explain properly. So you kind of like everyone just how to say it's like a bigger channel are calling saying like Richard Harris scan, don't get info to
There's a
this.
lot more resistance there. Yeah.
Yeah, we get kind of like other side is more powerful than right now. Right now is one someone is like attacking, hack, poaching. Actually, that's person under comment have like 500 different give him the lesson. You have to do that. It's really different. It's really different. That is make poaching community very stronger, and a lot of them are holding as well. It's totally different. I think is we gonna success like hectic in 2020-21, right? We're gonna be success, just a matter of time. The most patient gonna be take it all. So who knows?
Let's do it. That's great. How about you, Briz? What would you add to that?
To me, this does feel a little bit like the early days. I just remember back when it was just Hex alone, and I wasn't really doing any farming at all. I was just kind of looking at the Hex rolling in every day as like passive income that's not being collected yet. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like look at all this future dollars, like, taking screenshots on my phone every like 15, 20 minutes. So this feels pretty similar to that, where I'm like, oh, look at the, ink is at 250 screenshot. You know what I mean? So it feels similar in that way, I guess. And the euphoria feels great after being beaten down for so long, for like practically 2 years. But no, I love it. I love the energy. I love everyone's coming back together, and it's nice. It feels good again.
Mm-hmm. It's surprising how green candles unite everyone again in large respect. It's like going to a family reunion when everybody's hungry. All the old dirt comes up, and then everybody has lunch, and everyone's kumbaya again, and everything's cool. Yeah.
My only thing is like, how come this pump couldn't have happened like the day before Thanksgiving? Like, come on, guys, you made me look so bad in front of all my family. I didn't even come out.
Well, I mean, there's people in the community now too that it didn't happen before the end of the year because KDP was supposed to show her boobs, and everyone's all mad because we didn't hit 0-1, and
it's a funny
3015.
What's so funny? This morning I wake up, I saw Katie trick. She said she going to give $1,000 giveaway, $1,000 or $10,000 giveaway. 1% go back to the SEC rate end of this January. So I was thinking, I'm gonna trick the same. Let's say 10K is go back to end of this January. Now I look at the price; it's already like 40 and 6. So you have to rethink it again. Probably it's gonna happen in next week.
I'll tell you this, Dan and Corey. You know how we're in the euphoric mode. Look how full the room is today.
Oh, it's stupid.
Yeah, sometimes we can't even get
Briggsology is here. Oh boy.
Usually Dane and Norbert.
Yeah, normally it's the three of us. Yeah, sorry, I missed it today. Normally on Friday, I just had a long phone call and then realized like, oh, open mic. Then let's jump on.
Yeah, let's go to Dylan. We'll get some commentary from Dylan, and then we'll go to Funding Jim.
Yeah, Dylan, are we
going on,
topping?
Gentlemen? No, don't fade the move, guys. Listen. I've been saying this in the private chats. Okay, I've never seen Buck this bullish before, which is it's kind of scary actually. Never. No, never. Wow. Yeah, he's full bull mode, dude. He's very excited. So yeah, there's something to be said in that.
Yes,
I don't think I don't think that I don't think we're toppy yet. I think if we consolidate for like a week or two, we probably, I'd probably start skimming some off the top, but like we're not doing that yet. So yeah, I don't see it. I'm not selling anything right now. So that's my position. Yeah. I'm
We're only just getting started.
yeah, I think we're undervalued still, especially with this news that came out, right? So, SEC news, obviously the price dropped in half. We were all there for that. The Richard coming out and fighting, all that stuff. We've gotten much more valuable since then because now the sentiment has changed. We can actually have a functioning bull market now. The whole law stuff is kind of put behind us, and we kick the can down the road, right? Unless something really, really good happens, like a settlement and something like that. But other than that, we're just going to have a normal bull market, right? Which is fantastic, because this will be next bear market's problem, right? So we'll have our ability to have a nice bull. I think that obviously the liquidity on the bridge is growing, which is great. The chain liquidity is growing, so the DApps are going to start to grow. They already have been growing. So overall, the whole ecosystem, has gotten a life injected. We got the defibrillators by Richard, and now it's starting to become a life of its own, and it's gonna, starting to flourish, which is fantastic, right? It's what we've all been here for and waiting, for these past couple of months, which is great. So yeah, I am thoroughly excited. I'm glad I bought the bottom. I feel bad for the bros that sold the bottom.
Thank you, by the way. Let me say thank you.
No problem, man. Yeah. It's great to be here. I've done some trades, but I still have more hex than I've ever had. Yeah, still have hex than I've ever had.
You've got it.
So cheers.
You're good.
That's great. What's up, Gary? What are your thoughts, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have a good connection. Can you hear me or not?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
My connection is a little wonky, so I don't know if it's going to be a stall.
We can hear you all right. If you can hear us.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. There's obviously the sentiment in general, like Dylan had said, it's been a pivot. The going dark, the going quiet. Preparing armaments and apparently to wage war with the best legal team possible out of the United States. I've done research on all 11 that's been named and the different offices that they come from. So yeah, big, huge opportunity for advertising, basically the principles of cryptocurrency, maybe swaying different platforms and things like that, or different advocates for other chains, to kind of come to the side of what crypto is about, instead of the past history. I think that there's going to be a lot of, I think Somi has made, and a lot of us will, be bloodthirsty for I told you so's. So that's going to be interesting as that plays out.
Got to keep those at bay.
Adoption. Yeah.
We got to welcome everybody back with open arms.
Yeah, no dancing on graves yet.
Be empathetic.
Yeah, that's the thing is as an example, I had a Twitter space earlier. Freddie was on stage, and there was a phase where euphoria and dancing on coffins videos and things like that popular. Not that long after, even kind of a maximalist position of Freddie goes to Eric Wall's Wizard launch party or something like that, right? So there's gonna be a phase where we say some faction of our brand, collective brand of Hexagon logo rocking people, is going to be like, fuck those guys, don't need them, we're on top now, screw them, we're just gonna gloat, right? And there's gonna be that part of our community, and then there's gonna be others that say, the color of your tribe, as far as your tribal markings and the garb that you wear and the type of weaponry you bring doesn't really matter, right? So we're all like, we have opportunity. Some percentage are going to be like, let's be open arm. and some percentage are gonna be like, no, let's circle the wagons. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's true. So Norbert, we haven't given you any time, man. How you feeling? You're on mute.
Feeling good, thank you. Nice to see some positive price action and sentiment. You see how quickly the things can change, especially the sentiment. And then yeah, Dylan is absolutely right. We are still way undervalued. I think compared to it's really interesting to see when, for example, MoneyGram crypto goes really deep, and then the most important thing is what? Volume. How much this platform being used, how much money is coming in and out, which shows that our platform is significantly higher compared to pretty much any other chain except Ethereum probably. So it's definitely a good start for this year, and yeah, a lot of X's ahead. Today the Coinbase case is also bullish for us because the judge was like, I'm sorry, but the SEC was like desperately trying to prove that. But look, it's like you remember when you used to go to school, and there was always someone in the school who was always like, yeah, I know the answer. So pretty much like this is how it feels, the SEC. You see, they're changing all these tokens, and yeah, because they are like, that's what they designed for. Number one, and then number two, for example, the Coinbase, I think they tried to approach the SEC on, I don't know, top of my head, let's say 15 different times within a year to say, tell us what to do, give us some clarifications. We want to, comply. We are here to do business. It's absolutely nonsense that I have to go after you to tell me what to do because I'm just trying to go by the rules. But if you're not providing the rules, then I'm sorry, but what you mean I'm not meeting the criteria, when we don't even know what the criteria is. So
yeah,
so it's looking bullish. It's looking positive for sure.
What's up, Sprack? You ready to do some charts, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm on my phone, so I don't know if I could do the chart.
Yeah, I don't think he can do it.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, go ahead and give us your insights.
But,
What are
and when you're giving your insights, Brack, it's because I did a small little trade today, which I never do. Can you give me some insights on your thoughts of EHEX versus the dollar and EHEX versus Pulse?
Okay. I think Hex is massively undervalued against Pulse.
Bigly.
Yeah, so that's
one of the best buy at the moment.
That's one of the best buys right there. So not financial advice, but if you think,
don't buy stocks and bonds.
If you think you're oversized on your Pulse bag, okay to dip a little bit into the Hex. Just
that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
I love it.
I could be wrong, but just from the price fundamentals and the ratios, I think Hex is a little bit undervalued. If out of
you think both hexes are undervalued?
No, EHEX is massively undervalued. But but obviously PHEX also hasn't pumped as much as the other two. I think PulseX is the one that's going to run the hardest because of its it's got the lower liquidity, it's got a little bit more of that more legs per se. But it will correct the hardest. So just be careful with that one. In terms of market structure, I see no structure. I see up only.
Please, Prek, we don't want any correction. We just started enjoying the party, seeing some green candles. Finally, I'm nearly breaking even after 2 years, at least give me another 2x from here, and then I can say okay, take out the initial, I let the rest run or whatever.
You guys are witnessing the V2 style pool pumps, right? We saw V3 style near the top, okay, and then we saw down only for a while, right? But now all we have is V2 pools, right? And you guys will appreciate the V2 pools while we're going up because these runs can get very wild, very quick, and they don't look back, right? These V2 pool structures are fantastic for going up, okay? So yeah, you guys are going to start seeing that. We saw it early days in Hex, and we're starting to see it again now. And it's just fabulous. It's just fabulous.
Great word
because of the
for it.
support they provide, right? Like you have this 50-50 pool. It takes a lot more to dump it than the V3 pools or the multi-asset pools.
Yeah, because
there's a place for it.
Yeah, because if you have, you know, the V3 style, you have bids and asks in certain price ranges, right? And then you can fall out of a liquidity band and you can nuke, you know, 50% with like no liquidity, right?
Yeah.
We saw that when Hex went from, I think it was around 15 cents to 10 cents. You know, somebody pulled all the liquidity and then dumped it, and there was no liquidity at all between 10 and 20 cents, and it just fucking
goes over the
nuked.
cliff and down. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So, you know, with V2, you have, it's asymmetrical. So, you know, the liquidity exists there always, up and down. And so now we're starting to see the up motion in action, and it's just wonderful. It's great. It's like 2021 all over again. It's fantastic.
When do you, Dylan or anybody else, when do you guys think Richard will implement a V3 version on Pulsex? Any thoughts there?
I have no idea.
Maybe
he doesn't do that. Yeah.
Other communities are already doing it, right? We already have the 9mm guys. They implemented the V3 over there. We'll see other ones probably pop up. And for people who want to utilize that technology, they can go and use it, you know. I'm all about it. We want more building and more options is what we need. But I'm not sure if Richard's gonna be the one who will bring that to the market. Maybe
I
not.
doubt it too. No, normally he's like, guys, I gave you the platform, you know, I gave the foundation, the ground,
like,
go out and build things. I don't need to be your parent, you know, to be like, no,
Yeah.
I put it here, you know, you make sure that you don't push it off. But one more thing if I may say, is now is even more important. And if you remember of our previous conversations, I was keep saying how much I appreciate PHUX and other platforms which allowing us to provide liquidity. And as a investors, supporters, Hexicans, call us whatever you want to do, is our duty and responsibility to provide liquidity. Because if we want to grow big, guess what? We have to have available liquidity on every single platform. So if Funding Gym goes out, or you guys going out and speak to like way out of our league millionaires and billionaires, and they say, okay, you know what, I can throw in like $1 million, you know, for them is like a chunk of change. And then if they come in and they experiencing like $200,000 what's it called, slippage or slippage, you're not gonna be like, I'm sorry mate, but what is this, you know? Like, so and the beauty about it that, okay, everyone says impermanent loss, fine, impermanent loss, yes, but if you do it wisely, and Dylan and Buck, you know, and the other guys has good intentions, you can tell that they're trying to build something. And also the pairs as well, provided that, you know, you just need to pick the ones which you believe in. And if you do that, doesn't matter which one gonna run a little bit harder and slower, you know, but this is part of the game, that you might not experience a 15x pump within like 5 months. But if you provide liquidity and support the systems and, you know, comment on videos and sharing things and stuff like that, then we're going to experience a 50x within a year, you know, then it would be a much better outcome, in my opinion, if we all do like that, or most of us do like that.
True. Yeah, that's for me. I think in my point of this view, I think it's very important to welcome any project, any creator to Pochain. Right now, we are totally different from Hack. Hack was just one coin than Ethereum. Now Pochain is more much higher and bigger project. So any project that come and create to the Pochain blockchain, just welcome, instead of, you know, telling them off that what you doing bad, scan or anything like that. So if any coin just do 10,000 first, let's do it. They're gonna bring the community with them in the same time, and it's gonna get more exposure to the Pochain in the same time as well. So I think it's very important for all of content creators, or, you know, any Pochain, Poex investor to open the project based on the Pochain.
Agreed. Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, liquidity, you know, getting the price to go to the moon doesn't mean a lot. We've talked a lot. Can you hear me? Just make sure you can hear me. So we've talked a lot over the years about like low liquidity allows the price to rocket, right? Richard's made comments. We've had this experience over the past 4 to 5 years in DeFi about you can create a million supply token, sell one for $10, and then the market cap, narrative, right? Like, what is that really worth? The same thing can happen with very low liquidity on maturing of a market, maturing of a brand, maturing of why would you want to stake something? Why would you want to LP something? So liquidity is really, I think, the game in 2024 and 25, thickening of liquidity. And you can see it on PulseX when it goes to the incentive token for V1, like you can look at the APRs without reading, or having a direct conversation with Richard or whomever is able to kind of incentivize. You can see the APRs ratcheting. You can see what things are being favored. You can see that the liquidity for things like DAI has moved across the bridge over this past 10, 12 days, basically with the signal. And the signal is capital that had sat on Ethereum from all kinds of speculative plays, all kinds, are starting to move across, right? So the bridge is a big deal. And then you're also seeing V2, not just on PulseX, liquidity there thicken as well. And you're also seeing other platforms that also have DEXs or different tools to have multiple assets in a single liquidity pool thicken. I would like to get GoPulse to work with some of the other DEX platforms, because you can look at the bottom of GoPulse on their portfolio tab, and you can see what your APY is, like in a dollar term over the few hours, few weeks, few months, few years. And I think that that's helpful, but they don't actually engage with some of the Bucks products or other DEXs as far as I can see. But you definitely, that's a good marketing tool, like you were saying earlier about bridging to people that just have capital and showing, you can be an LP on two things that you like. And out of those two things that you like, you can also get an incentive. So there's a Ethereum and Pulse incentive. There's a Hex and Pulse incentive, or, just to show that number as far as what GoPulse is showing as far as your portfolio climb. Or you can do what's been conventional in DeFi, which is allow the fees of the oscillation between sentiment of two products to accumulate, right? I think that Stoltz, if he was in the room earlier, he has a lot of content about like playing LP and whether you're going to go through the tedium or even the access of playing V3 liquidity movement and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot more marketing and engagement, cold contact kind of tools sets now for us than we've had before.
Yeah, and to comment further on that, Corey and Dane, what do you guys love to pitch at these real estate events more than anything?
Passive income.
Passive income, exactly. Yeah, and so pulling people in with this passive income, like, oh look, this is the APYs I can make. You show the list. It's like, bam, I can make 100% on some of these pools. Oh, I can make 30% on my stable coins or my dollars for letting them sit there. That's wild, and it really speaks to these guys that have money. So. Yeah.
Big money wants passive income. That's smart money wants passive income.
Yep.
It's the best carrot.
It is the best.
It's very unusual for them. And it's also, if we provide more and more liquidity, because we're trying to attract new investors to our platforms, we're trying to show that it's worth doing it. Then how can I, convince, let's say, someone that this is a good product to invest in it if there's not enough liquidity on the thing? So we have to do what we preach, we have to stand behind, absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of onboarding, I'm headed to Florida to an event. I got to jump to the airport. So appreciate you guys. I'm going to pop off.
I'll hold the fort down, Dane.
Thanks.
Take care, buddy. Have a safe journey.
See you guys.
I'm heading to Florida tomorrow, actually, for an event. So I'm right behind them, but I'm still here in Arizona for today.
Go get the money.
Are you open for a new topic? Or you got to continue on the previous topic? I have something to bring up.
We can for sure talk about a new topic. What do you got on mind?
So as far as like even commenting about going to Florida, I held a space earlier. People know that Ian is the co-host with the B Roots. He's there. He's got a lot of connections when it comes to the athletes in the MMA space, things like that. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because I am going to Mar-a-Lago a dinner with Donald Trump sometime in 2024.
I had a question about that funding, Jim. Did you get his mugshot NFTs? Is that how you got the ticket?
Yeah, I thought it was a good opportunity. Basically, I don't really like. I'm not on Polygon. You know, obviously, I'm part of this culture specific to this EVM. But I did see that there was this opportunity, and it is a Polygon Armatic thing. So if you bought, I think it was around 10 grand. So it was basically you bought a package, or you could have done a lower price point package, which would have been one person. But I bought a 2-seat VIP level, and what it has is 100 NFTs, and they're taking the mugshot suit that he had when he had to do the mugshot, and they're making like physical trading cards or something like that. So it's like a piece of the suit, a piece of the tie. I don't know, like it's a collectible. It's like Elvis's hair.
Puzzle them together.
Piece of the suit onto the card.
Yeah, so there's some physical things. So yeah, so some people remember that I had a 62 Corvette when Hex was going through its AA. And I actually got a lot of engagement by putting it up on Craigslist and eBay and promoting Hex as a way that they could buy. So they could buy, through dollar, and it was more expensive, or they could buy through Ethereum and it was a little bit less expensive, or they could buy through Hex and it was the cheapest price when Hex was an unknown, right? So I probably will do the same thing with like the physical stuff, like, oh, let's do a PR. Let's get this trending, and it'll be an auction or something for those pieces. I'm not really, I'm too mobile. I'm not going to put it in a suitcase and keep a Trump piece of his suit in my collection.
I just wanted to say, I was supposed to go to the first Trump Mar-a-Lago dinner when Trump announced his first set of trading cards. I saw Trump, mention it with his own voice, and it didn't look like AI. And the whole thing was like, if you bought 45 of them, because he's the 45th president, you'd get an automatic free ticket. And so I bought 45 of them. And like, I got a whole bunch of free tickets because each NFT came with like a random potential to get a gift or whatever. And so I actually ended up getting tickets to the Mar-a-Lago event, but then like something weird happened where it just like it didn't, like my information didn't come up, and they're like, hey man, you need to email us back if you want to go to this dinner. And like I didn't mail them back in time. And then I was kind of bummed out because then like I saw B Roots was there. I was like, oh, I could have been hanging out with B Roots and Trump. But yeah.
Yeah, so I had that maybe 3 or 4 days ago. It happened like maybe a month or so. I had to do it. And then like 3 or 4 days ago, I revealed it in a space. Like I said something about it in a space. And it was B Roots was in the space. And I said something about, you had gone to this event. What did you think about it? Was it worth it? Because is it just a photo op and dinner, or is there people in the room that you like want to connect with? And he had said that he had done what Brizology had said, which was 45 tickets to be in basically the general assembly. And then there's a higher level, which is just maybe more proximal, more front row, I guess, tables, VIP tables, whatever. So I did that basically with the idea to bring a guest. I was like, I will bring someone. It'll be someone that, and today's space, which was about an hour space, just kind of brainstorming it, but this is a good spot for it too, was, and the poll that I put out there, one option was Patrick David. I'm sure that I can get him to go. Is he going to talk NFTs and crypto? No, he's not. He's going to talk his own brand, his media company. Same thing if I get Tucker. Tucker has access to Trump if he wants. So does Kid Rock. So does Patrick David if he wants. It's not like they're like limited, right? They're going to have opportunities. He was just at Mar-a-Lago in a video that he tweeted 3 or 4 days ago, right? So like I can get them to go. Grant Cardone or Gary Cardone or Grant Cardone, I could get them to go, but they're going to talk Bitcoin. They're not going to talk our chain. They're going to talk Bitcoin. They're going to talk their own celebrity brand, their own affiliation, their own marketing. So like I could bring a celebrity, James Woods. You know, I could DM and get real James Woods to go. He's political. He's a movie guy. He's 2.6 million followers that follow his tweets, but it's all politics. So like I don't want to be inviting someone that's polarizing or someone that's going to suck air out of the room either. Like I can bring Mr. Beast. I think I can get Mr. Beast involved with Pulse Chain. Like, you know, I think I could persuade them that way. But like out of the people to go, I need someone that, you know, what I want as a guest is someone that their priority, sure, get a photo op, but their priority is there's 400 people at that event. All of them had to buy NFTs. That means that they all have some kind of crypto. That means that they either operate a platform or they're advocates of a particular L1.
Right.
But like the follow-up is the 50 contacts become 25 follow-ups, become 15, you know, maybe bring over to the chain and advocate. So it's all a numbers game. Everything's a numbers game. So the goal of anybody that goes is the network more than the photo op, you know?
Oh, 120%, man. I mean, that's the key. Is it's just sales. It's basic sales, basic points of touch, creating relationships. I mean, that's massive, man. I'm super excited for you that you're gonna be doing that. Keep us all in the loop how that unfolds. What date is that gonna be transpiring on, Gary?
So they advertise it's in 24. So 2024, the whole year.
You don't know
when. Yeah, and it will get. They say that on their solicitation, they say they will give 30 days notice. So you have to go through KYC. You have to the Secret Service and the background check. You know, you can't have any issues in order to be permitted. And then you know, as long as you're qualified, you know, without some issue, then you can go. And then, like I said, I'm skilled in a room like that. Like I can edify you, but I need to know, you know, and I need you to not be so maximalist that when you meet the OpenSea guys, or if Hayden is there from Uniswap,
right?
Don't be hating, man. Like don't take me out at the knees about the reason why I'm bringing you. You know,
the toxicity that some of us or some people in the community do breathe. Especially lately with us having these green candles, it's really shocked me, which is fine. Money is just an amplifier of the person you already are. And so if these green candles are making you more nasty, we just know who you really are deep down inside. That's my opinion. And that's everywhere in life. I mean, if you become wealthy, you just be the more of the person you already were. So if you were a shitty person, you're going to be more of a shitty person. If you're a great person and you love giving, you're going to be that guy. So, so cool, man. Well, cool. Super excited. Keep us in the loop on that. I think that's going to, both serious opportunity.
So if it breaks the internet, it'd be awesome if RH was able to go. I do know that there's other hexagons that just aren't as public about that they're going, but there should be like 6 to 10 hexagons that are probably going to be in that room. And if one of them was RH, that'd be fucking dope.
That would be so
That'd be awesome. Make it happen.
Oh man, yeah. So let's start tagging on Twitter. Let's break the internet, like you said.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, guys, you guys got anything else? Probably start winding this down a little bit. We've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. So, Corey, are you familiar with cryptofees.info?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Here, look this up real quick. I posted it in the chat down there. Hold on. Literally cryptofees.info, right? It's got the top fee earners, 1-day fees across all of crypto, right?
All right. So you want me to go to it right now? Is that...
Yeah. Pull it up.
Let me pull it up. If I can, my computer is running horribly slow this morning. Crypto It is horrible, dude. I thought like Puerto Rico internet was bad, but no, I'm here in Arizona and the bad internet follows. What is it? Crypto's what, Dylan?
.info.
Let me see if we can bring this bad boy up.
We are not on
All
it
right,
yet.
here we go. I got it up. It popped up. Let me my screen present. No, share screen. Crypto fees, share. Can you see it?
It's loading. There it goes.
Yep.
All right, so it's if you see here off the protocols, which are purple, right? So everything that's white is layer ones, and then the purple columns or pink columns are actual Aave, GMX, so perp dexes, curves, so exchanges, all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah. So in about a month and a half, Fame will probably be listed on here, and it'll be in the top 6 or top 7.
How do you go about getting on here? What did that take? I mean, it just seems like a very simple front end or website to list where people make money and fees.
Duration. So we have to wait for a certain amount of time that we've been live before we can go on here. But yeah, Fiat Intern is looking into getting us on here. So, but yeah, I mean,
you guys will be number 6,
6 or 7, yeah, out of on this list,
that
out of all those pink highlighted ones, yeah.
So the protocols that you fork, like GMX, is what Famous is for.
Number 2.
GMX is number 4. So that's
cool. Yeah. Well, out of the protocols, it's number 2. Right?
That's right.
So
and then Aave is number 1, right? So which
exactly.
is
we can't count Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Fiat.
That's pretty dumb. That's
and
dumb.
then you can't count BNB or Arbitrum or Optimism because they're all our ones. Yeah.
And BNB. Dylan, do we know how much traffic or eyeballs this gets like on the daily, or what it
I have
does
no idea.
for marketing concerns? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of marketing would this bring? I mean, I never heard of the place, but I mean, obviously, it could be massive, man. It could be really massive. I just would like to know how massive it is.
Now we just, as soon as we are on, we just need to tweet it, tag it, share it.
Yeah.
There you go.
So let us know, man. That's
so that's pretty
exciting.
wild. Pretty sure it's the lowest market cap to the highest fee ratio, and that sort of low market cap to fee ratio. So that's fucking awesome. And then it'll put Pulse on the map. Maybe we can get Pulse listed on there, and PulseX. That'd be great. Shit,
that would be great. Right. PulseX is obviously generating a lot of fees because
damn right
on there, and right. It's like, what does that look like? Oh man, this is gonna be one heck of a bull run, guys.
Yeah.
It was looking bleak when I was throwing up in my mouth. Bang. Dylan's like, "Hey, this is the bottom. Go buy." Oh, bro, really?
Yeah. I didn't want to buy either, but I bought. I was very lucky.
Hi everyone. I got to go. I'm gonna do
Crypto. Good seeing you, my man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my stream on my channel in an hour, so I'm gonna take a break a little bit. So today is Porsche, so I'm gonna talk about Porsche to my audience.
Nice,
love it. We'll try. Hey man, is your YouTube then Freedom Crypto 249? Because I would love to subscribe.
Yeah, thank you.
I would love to subscribe. So
yeah, we will subscribe. Yeah,
cool, guys. Everyone subscribe to Freedom Crypto here. So cool. Yeah, Corey vomiting is a bottom signal. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, seriously.
I saw. I've heard like people saying people dancing on the coffins is a top signal. And then maybe like a month ago, I saw Freddie Quotes saying, "Hey, does anyone want this coffin?" That was literally the bottom signal. So Freddie Quotes, acquiring and getting rid of coffins are top and bottom signals. Everybody.
There you go. That's right.
For sure.
Oh, this is the stuff we need. So, all right, well, guys, I'm gonna wind it down. Anyone else got anything before we hop off? Gary, keep us in the loop on that. I am very that's very interesting. And if for some reason you can't find anybody, I would love to go, but that's if you can't find nobody. Love to go. Be there for you. I'm not a maxi. I do love the R ecosystem, but like I participate with stuff over on Ethereum. I got stuff on Matic. I got stuff on Avalanche. Not much, very little in comparison. It's like 98%, 97% RH, and it's like a little bit over here.
Yeah, Corey is a selling motherfucker. When you see that guy in action, you understand why he's the salesman of the year. You're like, come on, Corey would be great.
You know, so this isn't going to be a forever bull, and it's not going to be a forever bear. So I do like people that like, you know, Corey, you're in real estate. There's a cycle where you're going to be in real estate. You and Dane make it obvious that you're, you know, rotating for, you know, whatever the downtime is in crypto, and resurface, you know, resurge, I guess, into this asset during bulls, which makes sense. So I love people that have like continuity in their history. Like you guys have good continuity in your history. Dylan, the same thing with you. Is you have a history of being able to trade effectively, efficiently, you know, profitably for a lot longer than any of the cryptos that we're talking about have been here. So like people that can talk the truth of their experience and success, that's awesome. That's a great candidate. So keep that in mind about who might go to these kinds of events.
And we love that too, that you're out there, man, and the ambassador, getting the good word out. I heard you also on the Gary Cadone Twitter chat the other night. I was just in there sitting in, and man, you went up there, and I mean, you put your nuts on the table, man. It was great. I was like, damn, he's trying to make a $250,000 bet with Gary Cardone. I'm like, let's go. And I don't know if he's going to take it or not, right? But that was so effing cool. And of course, it's going to wake his eyes up, right? Like he's going to be like, well, man, what is this guy? Why is he so confident that he's willing to bet $250,000 against me? Like, and everyone else is screaming at me about this. Like, maybe I should look at it. It's the old marketing, you know, the rule. If you got to touch somebody 3 times in some certain way. Like it could be a radio ad, it could be like a magazine advertisement, and then your buddy tells you about it, what a product is to get in front of you. Then you buy it. It's the same kind of thing, man. So now you've made a pretty serious impact on him, and he's known about us for a little bit now. So who knows, man? We might end up seeing. I know somebody said they saw him bridging in money. I don't know how true that is, or if it's been chain analysis done on that. But either way, regardless, it was great work. It's freaking great work. That's what I mean. So good stuff, guys.
Appreciate it.
All effing killing the game. I love it, man. And
I'll follow up a different stream. I'll talk about it more, but I do need to go as well. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, Gary. Appreciate you, man.
Bye,
talk
Gary.
to you soon.
See you, Gary.
So cool, guys. Anybody want to obviously want to tell everyone to find you or find the PH stuff? That's great. You can shill a little about that, and then I'm gonna let Fast Abdul shill a little bit about two fucks. Well, hey, you guys are on the same screen together. Wait a minute, this is weird. This is weird.
What the hell? Where's my bribe, bro?
Abdul's on top of you, so it's like
where's my bribe?
And then there's 2 fucks on top of fucks.
We get more fucks.
Oh boy. Yeah, he has 2.
Take over.
Don't fucks with me.
There's fucks for everybody. Don't worry.
I don't give 2 fucks about the fucks, okay, bro?
I don't know why you guys keep cursing. Okay, it's called PHUX. All right, I don't know why you guys keep cursing.
I thought
I get you demonetized here, Corey. Sorry.
P-Hucks.
P-Hucks.
Dylan, I'll let you lead it since you are the foundation of the.
Sure. Yeah.
So we lead and to tell everyone about your stuff real quick and where to find you and find out more. We got 100 people watching, which is awesome. One of our hosts. So go ahead.
Yeah. So let me pull up the Telegram here. I guess you could join the famous Telegram, and then from there you can join anything, right? So t.me/famous x with a PH, right?
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
You want to drop in a private chat, Dylan? I'll put it in the main chat if you're able to do that. I'll just drop it.
Yeah, hold on.
And then anybody can go and find anything about it. And guys, I mean, you've heard us talk a lot about this. And for you, the guys that are new here watching the show, some of the PH feature set that they've come out with, the product set, is amazing. They fork over good stuff that we all love on, or most people love, the marketplace loves over on Ethereum, and brought it to Pulse Chain. And I'm loving it. And in fact, RH himself actually called out the whole PH feature set, or product set, sorry, and said, hey, haters, come in short Pulse, Hex. We have these products now. And he literally tagged. I couldn't believe that, bro. He put fiat in there. I was like, holy crap, bro. He actually put the names and tagged them. And I've never seen RH endorse to that full of extent. In fact, I was talking to Fast Abdul about this the other day on our show, that I saw him endorse of Alex. He's talked about, Alex is a good dev. And so like, it's kind of like an endorsement, a little bit of a Hedron and Icosa, whatever. He thinks HSI, I think, are cool. I think he thinks that. I don't know for sure. I've never really asked him, but I like HSIs. So it doesn't matter if he thinks it or not. I like them. But regardless, he called you guys out, man. And that is so effing bullish for the ecosystem, dude. Oh,
yeah. Now, and so even if it wasn't us, and he was just referencing some other third-party project on Pulse Chain, that's still a gigantic step in the right direction from Richard anyways, right? It just so happens that it was PH stuff, right? Yep. But regardless, him mentioning and recognizing builders on the chain is huge. Like, that's one of the, like, me and Buck have talked about this in Twitter Spaces. Like, you guys got to look out for these little things and these shifts in Richard, right? So first it was the bridge, then it was the Sax funds coming over, and then it was him disabling or enabling the comments on Twitter, and then him fighting, and then now it's third-party recognition, right? So these things, these are all things that we got to keep an eye on, and these are reasons why. Okay, we are back. We're so back. Oh, now we're so fucking back, right? So like, yeah, like
PHUX.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, there's going to be these little shifts, these little tweaks in the attitude that will signal to you guys that, hey, this is great. This is time to be bullish. This is not the time to be a seller, right? We've seen a couple guys. I think there was one guy the other day that sold $1 million worth of Hex, right? And we completely blew past it already, right? And so there's definitely demand. Yeah. See ya. So there's definitely demand. We are definitely in an uptrend. People are going to skim, but I don't think that's the time yet, boys. Yeah.
It is their money, right? And they hit their goals, and they got off the train. They're like, you know what? I got mine. See you guys later. We're going to keep the train going. That's all it is. And
so I think
the 1,000 errors aren't right. RH proved the 1,000 errors are wrong. All the little 1,000 errors all over Twitter saying the builders are the ones vampire and attack the Mac. The RH.
Oh yeah, retarded. Always been a retarded talking point. Right?
Immature and primitive comments, yeah, like that. Seriously.
Primitive, yes, that's a good way to. That's a good word. Very primitive. Yeah. So super cool, man. Did you drop it in there? I'll drop it in the.
I put it actually in the YouTube comment thing or whatever. If it shows up, I don't know. It showed up for me. It didn't delete it, so
it's not showing up.
It showed
not
up.
showing up.
Put it in private.
So only mods can drop links.
Yeah, put it in private, and then I'll throw it in. While he's doing that, Fast Abdul, why don't you talk a little about what you're doing for 1 minute? Since you're building on top of PHUX.
So, like the sentiment for builders, I've really noticed a shift in the last 90 days, we'll say. So, like when I came onto the Pulse chain, it was like people were telling me Hex is good. Even Pulse Chain is bad, and PulseX is for sure bad. Even other RH products, right? And that I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. Why are we here? And now it's shifted to a point where, like, obviously RH himself is recommending other products built on the Pulse Chain, and there's an opportunity for builders to like continue, and that's obviously going to bring in more things. So our product, 2Fucks, we're building on top of the PHUX exchange. With a fork of Aura and Convex, because that's the missing piece. So, once more people wake up to the community is now supporting, second layer protocols on the Pulse chain, there's an opportunity. We're going to start to see some more real builders, some more of the big puzzle pieces. Not that we, the teams have taken a lot of those places, which is great because they're in the community. But like, yeah, it's coming, and that shift in sentiment from Hex only to Hex and friends is huge, right? And it's going to pump the price of Hex more, because when you bring over an extra 100,000 people with millions of dollars, like, it's going to hit everybody in the community. So obviously the top builders are going to rise to the top, and that's fine. But Hex isn't going to be left behind by the builders. So, I think the Hexicans have woken up to, Pulse Chain is a community and Hex is part of the community, and the builders are building the community. And we really appreciate that. So yeah, come to 2fucks.io to check out what we're doing, to check out how we're building on top of the PHUX ecosystem. And we can educate you on LP. We know about that stuff.
This is good stuff, guys. Let me get this copied and put over here. Jeez, my computer's running slow today. That's it. I'm going back to Puerto Rico, man. I don't know why I'm
here. It's a sign from God that you're in the wrong place.
It is, dude. I can't even click through the comments without it lagging. It's so bad today. And I have really fast internet here in Arizona, because I got the fastest because I was node validating. I was running a node validator here in Arizona before I moved to Puerto Rico. And so I don't get it. I don't know. And I'm paying like top dollar for it too. I'm like, geez. So, well, cool, guys. We'll wind it down here. Actually, you know what, Breeze, why don't you tell, you are always talking crap all over Twitter. Tell people to find you at, and then we'll go to Norbert too.
I'm on Twitter. I make funny pictures.
Yeah, look at his recent meme today, guys.
This handsome man.
It's absolutely retarded.
I couldn't concentrate how cute Dylan was looking. I didn't hear a damn thing any of you guys said. But no, I'm on Twitter. That's my profile picture. If you guys want to find
me, he's an ink token maxi.
I just want to say, like, I know I was a little bit outspoken about ink, but then, like, as soon as like the ink started pumping, everyone's all, "Hey, congratulations, Briz! Hey, Briz, you do it!" I'm like, "Did I talk about it that much?"
Man,
I didn't think I talked about it that much.
I mean, I thought about you, dude. When I woke up this morning, I saw ink like 300% or something stupid. I'm like, "Oh my god, that Briz."
But yeah, so find me on Twitter, and congratulations, everyone that stuck through this bear. You all deserve it. You've earned your stripes.
Yes, you have. Norbert?
Just a couple of final words. Stay humble and be useful. That's my only message to
That's
the
a good
community.
Message, man. We need a little bit more humility in the community to help attract in people. Even like, guys, even the haters. Like, I see some of the haters right now. They're posting on Twitter. They're coming back. Like, some of them are buying. I saw one guy buying. Like, he was buying. He's like, I'm bullish on Pulse X now. I'm like, bro, you were funning so hard 3 weeks ago. You are funny. So all I said is, all I'm saying, and I've been doing this over and over, is I say, welcome back, sir, and I give him a salute. That's it. I'm not going to talk trash to him because he's buying the top of my bags. He's already buying the top of my bags. I have a seat on the train in front of him. So it's okay. Let him, and I hope he does 100x. I hope he does, because that means I'm going to really crush it. So, like, let's just have a little humility. Let him back. Let these guys come back in, guys. And we're here for it, man. We're here for it. We're all going to make these games together, and it's going to be a blast. I just, oh, God, so blessed to be with you guys.
Corey, you're traveling first class. Don't forget that one, because you've been here the tough times, and you were very useful.
We started streaming at the real Hex bottom. Yeah. When we had like 2 people watching us.
And you were very welcoming, it was extremely, like I said, you, Dane, Crypto Coffee, you had me and so many other people to make it this difficult.
We love all you guys. This has been
Brisology. Good news. We broke another resistance. So we broke one major resistance yesterday on ink. Today we broke another major one. And if we move up, the next one is 3.5 cents.
$3.50.
Let's go.
Let's go. And then Dylan, the reason why and yeah, because I was keep buying ink, no one wanted it, that was Money Gang crypto.
You kept buying ink over?
Stefan advice back in the days when we were when we pushing that release, then he was like,
Really?
guys, I'm gonna buy whichever is not appreciated. You know, he said he's just gonna accumulate that one, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that wise word. So every day I was
Smart.
collecting a bit of fees.
I
I
did
was
not
like
do
ink
that.
token, ink token, ink token. So
I
that
mean,
one and Dylan.
like I said, I have my throwaway farm that I threw away just to collect some ink in the background this whole entire time, but that's all I had. And I got a little bag. It's not a Briz bag, but it's a little bag.
Briggs is all in ink.
Yeah, you are a
Bruh.
5x on that bag, you know, just by doing that. So 5 times is pretty good. And Dylan, the reason why Richard named you personally, guys, you and Buck, your platform, because you delivered. You created a product which works every single day. If I go on it recently, a little bit slower, but you know, experiencing it very
People are
occasionally.
pounding on it.
But every other time I go on it, and it literally like 3 seconds, I'm in it. You know, like click next. It's just extremely smooth. The UI, the design itself, the colors, you know, the way everything just works. So that's why. You know, you work hard for this, and this is the result that you're getting notified and appreciated.
There you go.
That's awesome. All right, guys. So this is our last show for this week. I'm traveling tomorrow to Florida, going to an event, actually a different event than Dane's at too. We're both at different events in Florida. It's going to be fun. And then I'll be in Puerto Rico Monday. So I don't know if we'll be streaming Monday, but Tuesday I think we'll be back on. I'm in Puerto Rico for a week, and then I'm flying to Houston. I'm all over the place. And then I'm back in Arizona. So we'll be on, I think Tuesday will be our next show. So you guys having a beautiful and amazing weekend. Enjoy it with loved ones. Enjoy the pump. And it's going to be a fun one, guys. I'm here for this. So see you guys. Peace.
All the
See ya.
best.